consequences of both industrial revolutions were varied and long-lasting. It changed the familiar, centuries-old way of living. Historians claim that the events of the 19th century are equal to the Neolithic Revolution in their impact on humanity. Everything changed: lifestyle, standards of living, worldview, culture, and demography. The world changed outwardly. Along the entire 19th century, we see rapid urbanization, the outflow of people from the countryside to the cities, which was facilitated by the emergence of new modes of transport and jobs in the cities. Cities in Europe and the United States began to grow rapidly. Before industrial-era cities in Europe wasn't large. By 1750, there were no cities with 1 million people. Things changed in the 19th century. In order to maintain such masses of population in the cities, medicine had to be developed, agriculture had to be improved. Vaccines, fertilizers, preservatives appeared. Sewers, police, fire stations, and hospitals appeared. Such significant changes could not but affect the social structure of society. While in the old order, the whole society was divided into 3 estates, where 90% was the third estate. Things have changed a lot in the industrial age. The estates as such disappeared, but classes of people appeared, depending on their occupation, wealth, and place in the social hierarchy. Building an industrialized economy requires professional scientists. Universities started to grow. A layer of highly qualified workers, engineers, doctors, mechanics, accountants emerged. To maintain order, states also changed. A huge apparatus of state officials grew. All of this is already hard to distinguish from our days. The standard of living of the new townspeople was also changing. Here are some rough statistics on wages and prices in Britain. As we can see, purchasing power among ordinary people increased. Despite that, it is hard to say that the standards of living of most people have improved significantly compared to the old order. Factory owners could hire and fire workers for any reason. They were overworked but underpaid. It wasn't uncommon for a workday to be more than 14 hours long. At that time, primary school attendance was not mandatory, and many children were forced to go to work. Cities became overcrowding. Workers faced lack of housing, poor sanitary conditions, disease, and poverty. The coal that powered factories and warmed houses polluted the air dangerously. Jobs in industries became bore to workers, as they did the same thing every day and never developed a sense of pride in their works. Very different were the fruits of the technological revolution for the upper classes. These people could afford a variety of food and clothing, technical innovations, and of course, travel. For comparison, in earlier times, the road from England to America by sailing ship took from 6 weeks to 3 months. In 1880 to 1890, the crossing of the Atlantic by steamship liner took about 10 days. Ship tickets varied according to class. For the lower class, mostly immigrants, prices were £4 to £6. This was roughly equivalent to the average monthly wage of workers. They had no facilities and usually traveled in shared, crowded cabins. Second-class tickets could cost around £12 to £20, which correlated with the monthly income of a successful engineer or doctor. First-class tickets cost from £25, depending on the amenities. This ticket could be afforded by aristocrats, big business owners, or large merchants. To summarize, the standard of living rose in many respects. But it was mainly the upper strata of society that could feel it. The working class became even less free and had to work even harder than in the old days. From then on, countries were divided into 2 parts. Those that were able to jump into the new era and the rest that remained in the old technological order. The countries that were affected by the Industrial Revolution were significantly transformed. They became world leaders. Their economies increased several times over, and population has grown significantly, largely due to immigrants from non-industrialized countries. The balances on the world geopolitical map changed. As we can see, by the end of the Industrial Revolution, Britain had lost its first place. The center of the world began to move from London to New York, and Germany became the industrial and technological leader in Europe. Please put likes and comments if this video was interesting. I appreciate it very much. Good luck.